her waiting list is currently over 2 years long. Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. By the way, today's vlog brought to you by our VidCon shirts, which are looking very, very snazzy. I am wearing a shirt over the top of it, which Anna tells me is too big for me. Let me know, is this shirt too big? I've got myself some new Northern shirts.
Here, look, it's just...
Yeah, well, that's just because I've got really feminine shoulders. Says the 6'2", 20 stone former rugby player. What was I going to say to you? Yes, I remember what I was going to say. We are about to head out because we have the ongoing saga of trying to get Anna and Andy a passport ready for when we go to Disney in May. It's Andy's one you're trying to sort again, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we posted Andy's application last week with his birth certificate and Anna's birth certificate and his photos and all the forms and everything filled in properly. We couldn't post Anna's last week because we were waiting for a copy of Anna's mum's birth certificate to come through. And a second copy of Anna's birth certificate. But the thing we were waiting for mainly for Anna was, the reason we couldn't put it all in one envelope was because we needed Anna's mum's birth certificate, which we assumed we wouldn't need for Andy's. Apparently that's not the case. Andy's one, we got a letter come back saying they also need Anna's mum's birth certificate for that. So the copy of her birth certificate we ordered for Anna is now being sent back for Andy. We're now waiting for a second copy of Anna's mum's birth certificate, plus a new copy of Anna's birth certificate, because the one that she's got is already there with Andy's stuff, so that we can then finally send Anna's application off. It is seriously difficult to get a passport when you're an adult and you've never had one before, and your parents have not had one or don't have one.
And it's not alive anymore.
Yeah, it's a crazy process. I don't know why it's not enough for Anna's birth certificate to show she was clearly born in the UK. That should be enough to show that Andy has, it shows that both Andy and Anna were born here. That gives them the right to live here, doesn't it? But apparently not. They need his grandmother's birth certificate as well.
I'm going to need my grandma. I don't even know her name.
I can't imagine you're going to need yours, surely. But I guess, why wouldn't it? Who knows? The saga continues as it goes, as it stands at the moment. We don't know if Anna and Andy are coming to Disney because we need to get them to have passports first.
You need it to get back in. So
yeah, exactly. You can get. They won't do passport checks on the way to France. So if it comes down to it, we'll go. We'll have a lovely time, and then we'll leave you and Andy there and worry about getting you back at a later date, I guess.
About a month's time after.
Yeah, exactly. There might be a little bit more of an incentive for them to sort your passport out if you're stranded in France. I don't know. We'll keep you informed of how this develops. Weather update for the third time this week. Anna's been telling me that I was going to wake up to snow this morning and I had to get my drone charged. Where's the snow, Anna? No snow. Very unhappy about this. Well, it's freezing cold again today. Birth certificate posted. The plan now before I head back into the freezing cold garage to carry on with my work is a sandwich shop that I've been to once in the last 15 years. I used to go to it every day when I used to work in the town centre here. I used to work at the Building Society, and its sandwich shop was like 2 doors down, and every day I'd have the same sandwich, a corned beef and coleslaw and salad baguette, and it was delicious. And I forgot all about it for about 15 years. Until we were here the other week posting the passport applications. I remembered it existed, went in, ordered the same sandwich I used to have, and it tasted exactly the same. It was a marvellous thing. And now I want one again today. That's going to be my reward every time Anna drags me to the post office. Best sandwich in the world. Which I didn't find out until we were in there that Anna didn't want anything, so just dragged her halfway.
If my bread, you don't have my cheese, what's the point?
You had a jacket potato last time.
Yeah, it went great. We're having that tonight as well, so.
Well, I still got a good sandwich. Yay! Forgot to mention earlier, this one's still off school sick, so he's mooching around the place. How are you feeling now? What's your update?
I'm still poorly.
You sound more poorly now than you did the other day, actually.
Over there.
Oh, no, it's
Outside, at the other side of the garden.
Can you just confirm for the vlog how old you are as well? Because
I'm 12, I know.
Yeah, nobody believed that you were 12. It's because she's taller. She's taller than Lucy, taller than Andy, but she is the youngest of the three of them. So Amy is 12, Andy's 14, Lucy's 17, and yeah, you're the tallest of the three.
I am.
Also, we've got these two in uniform today, it seems. So we've got you in your friend's jumper.
I'm guessing I got dressed before she did, though.
Yeah.
I got dressed at about 1.
Are you protecting your nose from the germs from me and Amy?
I won't kiss you.
But yours has bubbles on.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go play Sims in a minute, so you're okay. Well.
But yeah, I'm ill, Amy's now ill, Lucy's now ill. Anna is desperately trying to avoid getting ill because she goes back to, is it next week you're back at uni? A week today she's back at uni, and she's avoided all of the sickness the whole time I've been ill. She's managed to avoid it, but she's back at uni a week today, so she's trying to hide from it. And obviously since the start of December we've been trying to shield Andy from poorliness, and so far he's managed to avoid it, but for the next however many hours he's going to be surrounded by germs and poorliness. Anna's going to put him in quarantine. Shouldn't we be the ones in quarantine? But I'm going to go and carry on with my work and leave the little Friends fan club to get on with it.
You need face masks.
Face masks? What, like to clean your face?
No, like the ones the doctors wear.
That I use at uni when I'm doing quarantine.
Well, why don't you go and get some?
It's my uni today.
Alright, Stroppy. Poor old Dave's, of course, ill as well because he's got his...
Go away! Go!
Yeah, they specifically said at the vets, because he's had his kennel cough injection up his nose, that if there was anyone here who had a compromised immune system, anyone having chemotherapy, anything like that, that they'd have to stay away from Dave because it's a live, did you say a live bacteria that's gone up his nose that he's then going to sneeze out around the house? So that's 4 of us spreading disease. You're alright with him though? You sat with him?
Can't catch dog cold.
We'll see, eh? But yeah, I'll go and get you some masks if you want. Can you actually buy them?
Yes.
I would love to do the rest of today's vlog, the rest of us being normal, and Anna just sat there in a gas mask.
And Andy.
Yeah, he won't wear a hat when it's cold. He's not going to wear a mask.
I want him to be sick.
He'll be fine. I hope. Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble. Hello.
Yeah, I am a woman, it's a female lady.
Have you had a good day at school?
Yeah.
Good. What did you do? Did you do anything fun?
Yes.
What did you do?
Will be.
Oh, I see. The only real message we've got about what he's done at school today is that he's been super tired because... Anna, what time did Andy get up this morning?
1, and then I told him to go back to bed, and then he got up at 3.
So you're like really bursting with energy and well slept and well rested today, are you? 1 o'clock in the morning. To give you an idea as well, we were up until it was like 20 past midnight that we went to bed. Because what were we watching? Some show you found.
Cleaning up.
A show called Cleaning Up on ITV. It's a Sheridan Smith thing. We were up until about that time watching that. I was just kind of in the room while it was on because it's not a very manly programme. I was like doing manly things, like whittling stuff out of wood and building fires and that kind of thing.
Twice today.
Oh, there's a lot of whittling going on at the moment. But Anna was watching that. So we went to bed about 12:30. Half an hour later, Andy's marching downstairs. So Anna came down, sent him back up. But you were down here with him from 3, weren't you? So at most, how much sleep do you reckon you've had?
Hour.
An hour's sleep. How do you live? How are you functioning? I could not function on an hour's sleep.
Because of him.
Yeah. So that means you, because you went to bed a little bit late last night.
Yeah.
So it was probably 9:30 when he went to sleep last night, would you say? 'Cause he stayed up a little bit late, didn't he? Because he was at his after school club. So he was probably, if he got up at 1, he's only had 3.5, 4 hours sleep the first time round, and then maybe another hour. So Andy's operating on no more than about 5 hours sleep as well. So he's been really tired at school all day. Anna's really tired. Everyone else is ill, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better.
Oh.
Yeah, everything's good in the world. cold! I'm now risking serious disease by entering the room of sickness. Because I need to ask Amy a question. Amy,
Yeah.
how you can tell she's fevering because it is so cold outside. Look how wide she's got this window. I'm walking in here and it is like a fridge. It is so cold in here.
No, it's not.
You're doing your recovery game again, are you?
Yeah.
You want soup for dinner?
Yeah.
What flavour?
Gelato.
Splendid. Got to get them all soup because they're all eating. Even Anna is getting on the soup club. Everyone wants soup for tea, so.
Where's the nice bread?
Some nice bread. What, like crusty bread or soft bread?
Soft bread, honey.
Soft bread. So, I'm going on a soup run. 3 different types of soup, 2 different types of bread rolls. Yes, we're all fussy and very specific about what we eat, but fingers crossed it will have magic medicinal properties and everyone will start to feel better. Soup consumed, although I had to throw mine away. Like I had about a quarter of it left and Andy just walked past and sneezed all over it, so I do wonder if he's maybe starting to come down with it as well, because mine started with sneezing and spluttering. Andy, what are we doing now?
Micro 8.
Yes, we are. I've got a bunch of poorly people who keep coughing and spluttering next to me.
Did you just suddenly
I am starting to worry that just as I start to get better, this is not going to make me sick again with something else. Well, it looks like it's just you, me and Dave for the rest of today's vlog then. Secret end of the vlog club. It's not even 9:30. Everyone else is asleep. Apart from Dave, who's just seen me pick up a camera and decide that's his opportunity to wake up and go and wreak havoc somewhere. Which he's learned over the last several years. If I'm holding a camera, I'm distracted and he can go and do something he shouldn't. So he's just wandered off into the kitchen. A situation I feel like I need to monitor. Oh no, he's wandering back, deciding what havoc he's going to cause. But yeah, everyone's gone to bed. Anna went upstairs with Andy probably about an hour and a half ago. And there was a little bit of wandering around about 20 minutes ago. I thought Anna was getting in the shower. I've just gone upstairs to check and everyone, lights out, completely silent, asleep. So I guess she had been up quite a while and was pretty tired. But the other thing I wanted to just quickly talk about before I let you go for the day, I mentioned yesterday how I'd had a phone call from the consultant that I'd been referred to look into the possibility of getting an autism diagnosis. It turns out that was a massive false alarm, and in fact I'm going to have to go back and restart the whole process. The consultant called me, I finally got to talk to the consultant today, only over the phone, no appointments or anything, and the very first thing she said was, are you aware that this has been made as a private referral? If we have an appointment, it's going to cost, I think she said, £1,200 plus VAT, so what's that, about 1,500 quid? And are you aware that you would be entitled to a referral through the NHS if you haven't already explored that route? And I said straight away, all I've done is gone to see my GP once. I assumed I was being referred through the NHS. I don't know why they've referred me privately. What do you suggest I do now? And she said, right, before you go back to the GP and restart the process again, because this kind of thing usually happens when the GP isn't sure what to do and they just Google it. So I guess they've just Googled it and sent a letter off to the first or closest specialist they were able to find, rather than going through the proper channels, because the consultant said she does work under the NHS as well, but the referral had come through as a private one. So not only would the appointment, I'd have to pay for it if I used her, I can't actually use her anyway, because we're within the same geographical area, so it would be classed as a conflict of interest if she saw me privately. So for me to go, if I decide to go down the private route, I have to go further afield than her anyway. I can't do something within my NHS local authority, which she is. So I can only see her through the NHS. So she said the best thing to do is firstly contact the National Autistic Society, which I've done. I'm hopefully going to speak to them tomorrow. I've sent them an email today. Contact the National Autistic Society, find out from them where adults in Lincolnshire get referred to for diagnosis. Get that information from them, take that to the GP, explain the situation, and then restart the referral process again. She did warn me that if that referral process leads me back to her via the NHS, her waiting list is currently over 2 years long. So if she is the one in my area that I'm referred to, it's going to be at least 2 years before I even get the appointment. So I don't know. I'll go back, I'll do it. I don't know. I mean, I do want to find out, I do want to go through the process. I don't necessarily want to wait 2 years, but I also don't want to pay £1.50 to do it privately either. So I guess I stick it out and wait, or decide if I want to stump up the cash. I'm disappointed because I thought we were close. And I thought it was all happening remarkably quickly. I went in to see the doctor, I think early December, went to see my GP. They were super positive. They referred me without any argument. I thought, well, that's a bit weird. That's not what I would prep myself for. And then to get the contact from the consultant so quickly, that felt super weird because I was prepared for a long wait. And yeah, I guess it's one of those things where it was too good to be true. And I need to restart the process. And we take it again from there. So the 2-year clock hasn't even started yet because I've got to speak to the National Autistic Society, then make another doctor's appointment. There's like a 2 or 3 week wait to see a doctor at my GP surgery. So I'm not going to get into the doctor until mid-February. And at that point, they start an at least 2-year clock ticking if they decide to refer me through the correct route this time, which they're under no obligation to do, apparently. Or they are under obligation to refer me, but not necessarily to the right person in the right way. It seems like a minefield, so much more complicated than I initially thought it would be. And I'm again left questioning whether it's even worth doing, because as I've said a million times before, although I feel like I've got a lot of traits, it's not as if it's adversely affecting my quality of life, at least not the big stuff. You know, I'm able to work, although my work history has always been a little bit sporadic and lots of changes. And I get bored. When I get bored, I just switch off and randomly move on to something different. But I have spent the best part of 20 years working and being able to provide for myself and my family, albeit not always in the same thing. And I do feel like my obsessiveness is a strength. But there are things that it would just be nice to. It would be nice to know. It would be nice to learn a little bit more about myself, understand things a little bit more. I mentioned, I think on yesterday's vlog, that me and Anna just had a really silly, argument's not even the right word, but we had a little bit of a squabble yesterday or the day before. I don't even remember what it was about now. Oh, David emptied stuff over the kitchen floor. He emptied a bin in the kitchen floor. And because it threw me out of my routine, I just reacted in a silly way. And my shampoo went missing earlier in the week, and I completely overreacted. And it's not that I'm raging in these situations. I'm not an angry, shouty man, but I just feel it really stresses me out, and it shouldn't stress me out. I'm smart enough to know that it's an unusual response. I shouldn't feel like my whole day has been turned on its head because my 3rd bottle of shampoo is missing, or because I've got to spend 3 minutes picking up some stuff off the kitchen floor. Or, I don't even know if I told you about on Monday, Anna had said she wanted me to take her to the gym on Monday after I picked her up from work. And I'd planned to go and do a little bit of editing in the gym. I still didn't feel ready to go back to the gym because of my chest. Hopefully I will be back there next week. But when she got in the car, she changed her mind. She didn't want to go anymore. And that made my day more convenient. I could do my editing at my desk like I normally do. But again, because it wasn't what I had prepared myself for, what I was expecting, I just, like, again, freaked out's not the right word, but just sort of, it was almost like panic for 2 or 3 minutes until I rationalised it with myself and said, yeah, but this is better. I can do what I normally do now. This is good. So just silly, I don't want to trivialise it by saying silly little things, but just little things like that having spent so much time looking after Andy now and learning about autism, the more I learn about autism, the more traits I see in myself. And I would like the diagnosis, but I don't want to spend 2 years with it hanging over my head. So we'll wait and see, I guess. Secret end of the vlog club just went on for much longer than it was supposed to. I hope this hasn't been a super long video. Or I might just edit this whole bit out. But anyway, if you have enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Or for us. Sorry now. Slap wrists, Kev family channel now. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. Thank you very much for watching.